Hello and welcome to Hedleys Football Podcast. I'm here again today with Daryn. Good evening, Daryn.
Good evening, Harry. How are you doing?
Doing well, it's been a while.
It has been a while. I've been ill, but we're back now, so...
We're back with a bang now because
Yes.
we've got two very good games to talk about.
Yes.
But I'm going to start with the game against Brighton at the weekend, which didn't go very well in the end. First half, we just unfortunately didn't compete with Brighton. We did for the first sort of period of the first half, and then Brighton took control with a good goal from Danny Welbeck, but before that, Nick Pope had to make a couple of good saves, so the goal was coming, and then an equaliser from Nick Voldemorda, who for the last few weeks has been basically a one-man team in terms of scoring, being on fire. But unfortunately, if you can't get anybody else to score, you're going to lose or draw more games than you win. And then we thought we were going to kick on there after Vota made his goal because we had a period where we were on top until the last few minutes of the game where Danny Welbeck scores a fantastic winning goal. Before I forget, if you haven't seen Voldemorda's goal against Brighton, it was one of the goals of the season. So if you haven't seen it, please look back on Match of the Day because it was unbelievable. A back heel into the goal, facing completely the other way. He had no right to score from there, but he certainly meant it. It certainly wasn't a fluke. But a 2-1 defeat, which was a very disappointing result. And on to this week's games where we've got 3 in a week, starting from Brenfica, but this week is huge for Eddie Howe, I would suggest, because he needs to win all 3 games out at home, and he needs to win them all. And we had a great start to that period of games yesterday with a nice, comfortable 3-0 Champions League win against Brenfica. The first half was very even, not a lot of chances. Brenfica had the most chances, to be honest. Nick Pope pulled off a quite remarkable save after Dan Burn got done by the winger, the number 11, not for the first time in the match. I mean, he got murdered down that side all game, but luckily Nick Pope and the post came to Newcastle's rescue in the first half because the same player had a strike that just hit the outside of the post. And then just before half time, a fantastic ball from Bruno to send Jacob Murphy away, and then a lovely cross into the box to set it up for Anthony Gordon's third or fourth, I can't remember, goal in the Champions League this season. 1-0 half time. Into the second half, we basically take control. Brenfica don't threaten, and then the second goal comes from a Nick Pope assist, unbelievably. A massive throw into the Brenfica half, falls right to the feet of Harvey Barnes. He takes it in his stride, pushed out wide to the right-hand side, but drills a lovely goal into the left-hand corner. Then the third goal, lovely move involving front 3 by the end, which was Voldemorda, Gordon and Barnes. Lovely flick from Voldemorda. Gordon with a well-weighted pass to Harvey Barnes, who finishes with no problem at all. So a lovely 3-0 win. A good start to the week. A massive week for the football club. Eddie Howe in particular, because if he was to lose all 3, which he won't now obviously, or 2, he could be in trouble, because we know how quickly things can turn in football, but usually when Eddie and the team need to win, we do. So I have no worries. We have Fulham on Saturday in the Premier League. We need to start winning in the Premier League, because I think we're only, 2 or 3 points above the relegation at the minute, so not a very good start to the Premier League season, but the Champions League is going well, so we just need to carry the Champions League form into the Premier League. Fulham on Saturday, then Spurs in the Cup on Wednesday night. I think you'll see a lot of changes for the Spurs game in the Carabao Cup. I know we are defending champions, but he needs to prioritise his games this season. For me, he has to prioritise the Premier League and the Champions League. You will see a lot of changes for the Cup game against Spurs on Wednesday night. Not saying we won't win, but I would suggest you will see a lot of changes. But I'm very happy with the start. 2 more games to go that we have to win. And if we win them both, we are back on track in the season. Now I'm going to hand over to Daryn, who's going to tell you about what's been going on in the world of Sunderland. Over to you, Daryn.
Thank you, Harry. Well, I'm a very happy man. We won against Wolves on Saturday 2-0. The game started, we were on top. Wilson Isidore scored what we thought was the first goal. With VAR, he was offside. But we were on top, and not long before, a lovely 1-2 between Trey Hume and Nordy Mukeli, one of our new players. Nordy Mukeli is a fantastic player. Comes running forward from defence. Lovely 1-2 with Trey Hume, and puts it in the back of the net for 1-0. Good start, and you think, here we go. We won 1-0 into half time. And then second half, we were defending for our lives. Wolves, to the credit, came forward, and we were just defending for our lives, but we managed it. And the second goal, Chelsea Talbot comes on a sub, and we goes down the wing, tries to pass it over to a right of my end who was on the other wing. The defender tries to cut it out, and all he does is divert and pass his goalkeeper for 2-0. So that's just 7th in the league, 14 points. I couldn't be happier. Could not be happier. But we've got a hard game on Saturday, Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So we'll see how we go there. I take a draw now, Harry, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but in terms of the start, exactly what you needed. Because if you look at Sunderland's start on paper to the season, the teams you had to play before you got to Chelsea and all the big teams, you had to pick up points.
Yes, we did.
And
we have.
And you have.
Yeah.
So, a good start.
Great start.
I'm impressed also with the new goalkeeper you've signed.
Yes. Robin Ruth. What a keeper he is.
Yeah.
He saves everything. It's very few things he hasn't saved. Command his box. Does everything a keeper should, you know.
Yeah. I've been very impressed with goalkeeper and the defensive displays have been good.
Like I say, Nordy McKay, both in defence and going forward, is fantastic. He's one of the best signings we've made.
Same with Newcastle. I mean, Nick Pope, I think, has kept 8 clean sheets in 12 games or something like that. There's nothing wrong with the defending. It's just going forward that we need to start clicking, which I think the will. It's a new attack, and I think it will click. But at the minute, Darren, it's a few weeks away. But at the minute, I think I would be the one that's a little bit more nervous for the derby, I would say.
I'm looking forward to it, I've got to say. I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, you will, because obviously the derby at the Stadium of Light is basically Sunderland's cup fight. We have got a lot more important games to play before that. So I'm a little bit apprehensive about it, but obviously it's...
Well, we've got 3 hard games coming up. Chelsea, Everton and Arsenal, so we'll find out how good we are after those 3 games, I think.
2 at home. Is it
2 at home, yeah.
Yeah. So there'll be 3 tests,
yes,
and so will these next 2 games. But after Fulham and Tottenham, we have West Ham away and Brentford away. So these period of games before the next international break are crucial. If we can put a run together, I would be very happy. Obviously, we would have turned the corner. But if we don't put this run together, it's going to be a long, hard season in the Premier League. So this run of games before the next international break for both teams, I would suggest, is crucial.
Yes. Well, like I said, on Saturday, we chose a ticket draw right now, Harry.
Yeah. And as I say, we have to beat Fulham, and then we have to beat Tottenham to keep our defence of the Carabao Cup alive. So they are the next 3 games we will be commenting on in next week's podcast. I would like to thank everybody for listening to this one, and thank Darren for joining.
My pleasure as normal, Harry.
And until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.